Well, I have 7 awards.
Whoa.
What is that?
I'm serious. I just like the fact that this feels very like almost mischievous. And I cannot wait any longer.
Okay.
Hello. Hello and welcome to Qwerkyhour. Oh shoot. It's Qwerkyhour. We are a professional whiskey reviewing channel. No, we are not professional. We are a couple of amateur whiskey reviewers.
Oh. Well, I have 7 awards for whiskey tasting.
You have 7 awards?
Yeah.
What are those? Tell me.
Well, I gave them all to myself.
You gave them all to yourself. No, so complete amateurs, but we love whiskey.
We love it.
And we want to give you a sample of what we feel like and what we like so that you guys can save money. What are we doing today? We're doing
the Lasso Motel.
Lasso Motel.
Can you do a southern accent?
No.
No?
I can't do it.
Lasso Motel.
Is that right? Is that how you say that? We are tasting the Lasso Motel 18, aged 18 years. This won a bunch of awards. It's an American straight whiskey, aged 18 years. Now, there's a big story about this. We're gonna go on this incredible rant. So one, I wanna talk a little bit about the state of the whiskey business for the consumer. The interesting thing here is how difficult it is to sometimes get bottles we wanna get for a fair price.
Okay.
You know, when you first get into whiskey, you don't know anything about that. Like it's a baffling mystery. It's like an enigma. And also it becomes quickly very frustrating because you find out a lot of the bottles that you like can't be bought. It's super expensive. It's just generally difficult to get to. And as a consumer who wants to drink good whiskey, it's frustrating. I was watching this other YouTube channel, I think it's called ASCOT Awards. I don't even, is it some, there's like a bunch of whiskey awards and I think they're pretty prestigious, right?
Okay.
Not the 7 awards that Nico self-giving awards is not an award. I saw this and then it was a review and it was like highly, like it was really a cool thing to watch. Like it's all blind. There's all these people, like people from like Whiskey Advocate, like, and they picked this whiskey as their like, you know, best in show. Not just best whiskey, but just best spirit. That's a pretty high accolade. So before we get to the tasting, I want to just share a little bit about how frustrating it was to even get this. So of course you do the thing as, you know, I don't know. Okay, let's go to your local big box store, your Total Wine or your Bevmo. None of them has this because probably immediately sold out already. But also you find out that people are selling these and reselling them at secondary markets in different places. And then also small liquor, stores, they jack up the price because retail for this is like $130-ish, which is still an expensive bottle, honestly. Anything above $100, it's an expensive bottle.
Yeah.
I've seen this go as high as $500-600. And so that's frustrating. But the way I was able to get this at SRP was we were able to find this by accident by doing the shenanigans with our location of our Total Wine home location. So if you change that, some Total Wines have it, some Total Wines don't have it. It's that I could go on forever about that, how complicated that is. Also, by the way, the pricing is different. The same bottle from a Total Wine from one location, say 1 mile away versus 20 miles away, they have radically different prices. Sometimes as big as $100 on the same bottle. That doesn't make any sense to me. We were talking about that, right? So all that's to say, I had to buy this in Las Vegas because there was only like a few bottles in Vegas that a Total Wine in Vegas is there. We're in California. How do you get this bottle? Well, my wife, cousin lives there and we had her drive like 30 minutes or 40 minutes from her house, pick up the bottle and then bring it, and then she had to like bring it on a plane. You can't carry this on, so she had to like put it in her check-in bag, bring it. I had to drive to like Orange County, which is like an hour and a half away, pick it up and do all of this, all for you. Just makes me frustrated. But I also get the constraints, right? This isn't like a video game. They can't just infinitely make copies of this. There is a finite, scarce commodity. You're the specs guy from now.
Oh, okay.
So what's the spec?
specs guy?
All right.
It's 60.5, so it's 121 proof.
Whoa, it's hot.
18 years, aged in seasoned bourbon barrels. You want to read the notes or just leave?
Let's read the notes. Yeah, you're the specs guy.
Rich notes of buttery toffee and sweet maple.
Actually, I don't want to read that. Yeah,
Okay.
not the tasting notes because they're never.
That's why I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant just the numbers. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're
Okay.
like you're breaking one of your other rules.
But yeah, other than that, Lasso Motel.
But doesn't even say, okay. So it's not a bourbon. It's not rye. It's American whiskey.
American whiskey.
So I have a little problem with that, I guess. I mean, so I wish it was a little more transparent. I wish I knew a little bit more about what went into it. It's not bourbon, so it can't be 50% corn or whatever. So I did a little bit of research for you guys. I did. I'm serious. The rumor is some kind of light whiskey.
Light whiskey.
Because like for you to have legally set 18 years, there's not a lot of 18-year-old whiskeys floating around. I read that this could be like sorts from light whiskey. In 1970s or 80s, they were the bourbon industry or the whiskey industry in general were panicking because vodka was getting really popular and it's really, really clear. And bourbon is like kind of dark and like it's got grandma's, booze. So the young kids back then didn't want to drink that. They wanted to drink what James Bond drinks, which is like vodka, clear. So they made light whiskey, and as I understand it, and just correct me if I'm wrong, it's not light because it's not Bud Light. Like there's real one and there's light. That's how we think of like light, like iPhone light. That's not what light whiskey is, as I understand it. Light whiskey, I think it just means it's light in color. And some part of this juice was sourced from light whiskeys, and light whiskeys are made in oak, but they're not charred. So they're uncharred, so it doesn't impart that color and so forth, even though if it's aged long. And it can also get, I think it usually tends to be super high proof. I forget all the science. But they don't say anything, so we have no idea. Everyone is speculating unless they have some insight. So there's something about that, So that's kind of an interesting story. I didn't know anything about light whiskey. That's another thing that I really like to do. It fascinates me. I don't know why, because I like American history. I like just history in general. And anytime I study whiskey, you just learn so much about just history, and it's interesting to me. Like, why did they make? Because like if you think about bourbon, whiskey in general, there's this age weight that's really interesting, right?
Okay.
It takes years and decades to make this stuff. So it's like history in motion. So there's a lot of interesting things. You can't just do it overnight. Naturally, there's all these interesting stories behind every one of these bottles. And so I think that's really cool. But most of all, whatever that light whiskey blend is, it was interesting enough where a lot of people just commented how long the finish is. That's the thing. It's just it has the longest finish.
Wow.
In recent memory.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, I gotta try that. That's why I became kind of obsessed with this. 121 proof. Ooh, look at this, like solid.
It's like metal, right?
Yeah. And then this is like velvet. It's not a sticker. It's kind of cool, like a I don't know, some luxury motel. I like how they call it motel though. They could have called it Lasso Hotel, but no.
Yeah.
That sounds pretentious and kind of like.
A cowboy wouldn't sleep in a hotel.
Is this really made for a cowboy?
It's Lasso.
I don't think it has anything. There's no hat or like a star.
Okay.
Like the Garrison brothers. And I think it's just like a weird wordplay.
Okay.
If you are from Lasso Motel, please correct us. Just write it in. It's a small community. How many people are really reviewing bourbon whiskey? Probably like millions. It's a pretty small niche. YouTube.
Yeah. Probably over 22.
There's about 22 channels.
At least.
There's probably thousands, man. 22. What the heck? There's probably like tens of thousands of like YouTube channels that are doing this. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, it's really interesting, the nose.
What is that?
You tell me, sir. Oh no, I do know the mash build. It's like 99% corn and 1% barley.
A little bit of fruit. It's kind of nutty.
What's the fruit, do you think?
Something juicy, like grapes. Not raisiny grapes, but grape. Like actually.
You get grapes. Oh wow, okay. I get the obvious. It's like it smells like popcorn.
Popcorn? Oh, interesting.
Like popcorn, like butter.
Butter
popcorn.
that butter oily popcorn.
Mm-hmm. It's soup. It's sweet, but it's very deep. It's like deep. And then if you go too into it, you get the proof. You're like, ooh, right?
Oh yeah, I gotta back up a little.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this can't be 120. And then you go in too deep, and it'll go, yep, I'm 120, and it punches you. So you gotta respect it.
What do you get? I said nuts, a little bit of fruit. You said popcorn.
Yeah, so I mean, there's popcorn. There's like a deep complexity, but I feel like there's a veil that's hiding all the complexity. It's like this deep ocean, and there's this I'm serious. It's like an ocean that goes really, really deep, but I can't see through it. There's like this musky, it's like opaque. It's like there's some obscurity there, which is really interesting. Like I want to immediately just take a sip.
It smells like caramel apples.
Oh, for sure. I mean, all the exhibits of like a really good corn whiskey, right? Like that nutty caramel. But there's also this deep, I just get this, it's almost like if you were to take like one of those caramel apples, and it's like dripping the caramel. That's what it feels like to me. There's this viscosity. I mean, you can just tell this is an old, mature whiskey. Very reverent. But it's not like musk. It's not super musky. There's that grape juice soda notes that's what makes it approachable. But at the very end, if you go too in, it kind of hits you. You can't just, it's smelling better and better actually. But the proof will be challenging for some people because it's signaling. You know, it's like a Black Widow. Like with the bright red, you like don't mess with me.
Rattlesnake.
Yeah, there's that.
Tail.
There is a bite and a proofness that tells you that this is a serious whiskey for serious drinkers. You don't just lightly sip this thing.
No. Have you had any of their other stuff, or this is your first Lasso Motel?
I have. I have had their. In fact, that's why that's another thing is that before I go up the food chain, I want to make sure that some of their lower priced budget ones are, and those are not easy to get either, but I have their Lasso Motel, their cognac finish. I forget what it was. Here's the bottle. Ding. I just like the fact that this feels very like almost mischievous. Like, oh, just come play with me. I don't have a big bite. And I cannot wait any longer.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh yeah. First reaction.
The proof is there, but it's not like crazy. I don't think so.
No, it's 120. One, it's not too bad. I mean, Star Hill was like 115. Like,
there's still notes from the nosing. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. So I know because there's some that are like, here's the nose, and then the palate is like different.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
This one I taste the candy apple. That like the finish is still going.
Yeah.
It's very long.
Yeah. I can still taste the corn, like the popcorn. Yeah. And it's also incredibly viscous. Like it is like, it's not heavy, like unpleasant syrup. It's just deep. Like I said, it's like plunging deep into the ocean.
There's definitely a lot more stuff that I can't like name that's in there. And the nose.
That's such a telltale sign of a complex old whiskey. When you can't name stuff, because like your brain hasn't processed.
Yeah, it's just like
there's just so much in there.
There's so much.
Yeah, and that's just the one thing that I find in general. Oh, it's like nose is so pleasant.
Yeah, it's like grape soda, like grape pop.
It's like grape soda, but
like,
there's like
it's almost like cola, but it's like more grapey.
So
does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's not cola. It's not cola like a rare bird. Is it
rare breed?
Bird.
Rare
bird.
Turkey.
No, rare breed. Thank you for correcting me. I meant the wild turkey profile has that it almost has a sparkly like
carbonated.
You could almost visualize or imagine the carbonization in the wild turkey rare breed stuff. This doesn't have any of that. It's just a cola note, but it's not like it's like buried in there. It's not an everyday sipper. This is hot.
I'm getting a little bit of leather on the palate in the background.
Yes, leather, like maybe slight tobacco. There's that's probably from the like oak, but it's not overly oaked. So, which can also ruin whiskeys when it becomes super oaky. This doesn't have that, but it has a hint of it telling you that I'm old. I'm old, baby.
Oh yeah, that's weird. I just noticed. There's like rarely any like oak.
No.
There's like no oak.
I think that has to do with the light whiskey thing. I don't know if that's real or not. If you guys know.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like I just noticed that it wasn't there. Oh, marshmallows.
Yeah, like slightly toasted marshmallow. That is really tasty. But at 120 proof, I mean, normally I wouldn't, bat an eye, but because I've been trying to downproof like everyone goes through a bunch of different phases, and I went through this phase. Higher the proof, the better. If it's not cask strength, just pour, dump it in the infinity barrel, But I realized it was like too spicy. So I've been toning down a little bit, and so now I can appreciate these a lot more, and I can respect it. If you're just constantly drinking 110, 120, 130, just like stag all the time, you kind of lose some of the nuance flavors because your taste bud it's just searing with like all that alcohol. So you can do it occasionally and you appreciate it, but if you do it all the time, I think it's not. You don't get to appreciate some of the lower proof whiskeys that are just as good. We've had a lot of, even though I don't know what episode this is, but whatever this episode is, we've had a lot of bottles.
Yeah.
Does this beat out all those other bottles?
I already know my rating.
It doesn't beat out the L2.0 for me, but that was last year, right? That I'm talking about Lefroy L2.0, ding, elements. So it's whiskeys I've tasted this year. That came out last year in 2024, but that certainly, to me, is more interesting than the last. So like in terms of the spirit, but in terms of whiskey of the year, does it beat like the Jack 14, which I've had a pour of at a bar? I think it's more complex. If I had to do an A/B, because Jack Daniel's 14 is Jack 14, and we can put the picture there. So that's what I'm comparing. I'm comparing to the big heavy hitter whiskeys that I actually personally tasted this year that is up for contention for whiskey of the year or spirit of the year. Does this beat that? And Jack, that's a pretty close. I'd have to sip it again, but I don't have a Jack 14. I have the 12. But the 14 didn't have the nose like this, if I recall. It's tasty AF. And that's like 131, I think. Yeah, but it doesn't drink that way. But then again, I don't. It's tough, but it has that familiar like ripe banana note that Jack is so well known for. It's got that milk chocolate, and then some of the more dark chocolate complexity. It's very complex. It's delicious, but there's something really unique and interesting about this whiskey that I guess if you're a professional drinker, if you're a judge, you're like, whoa, right? So it's like, remember, they're catering towards some of the most refined whiskey and jaded whiskey drinkers out there. So they could have been like, bam. But I don't know. That's a tough call. Does it beat the Jack 14? Ooh. I don't know. That's a really tough call.
Okay.
I think they're very close and they're very different. I would definitely take a pour of both of those though. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a rating of 8.
8?
8. It's really complex. I feel like every time I nose it or take a sip, there's something new there. And it's like, but it's just like, I can't drink it all the time. And it's not because of the proof, it's just like, I don't know, it's not my palate.
Yeah.
Which is, that's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone has a different taste.
Yeah. That's fair.
But it's definitely like a really good whiskey, that's for sure.
Yeah. For you to not be for it to be not your palate, and still give it an 8 that's a tough thing for a whiskey, because it's kind of like, have you had broccoli? It's really good. I don't want broccoli. I don't know. Okay, it's not bad. It's just like, that's what you're doing. It's like you're having something that's not in your wheelhouse and yet still respecting it is an accomplishment. I think it's fantastic. I think it's up there, to me, with like the Jack 14. It's a different whiskey, but if you just had to pick one, that's a tough call. I think Lasso is way more complex, a lot more complex and more interesting. It's more complex throughout the entire experience. Complex on the nose, obviously on the palate and the finish. Jack 14, again, my recollection is that it definitely under delivers on the nose. Like the nose was like, you know, it just, again, like it wasn't as rich as it could be. And again, that also sucks because the place that I had the 14, they gave it to me in a shot glass. So it's showing me I'd be a really unfair, you know, comparison. But it was muted, and then obviously the palate and then the finish delivered, you know, more than its share on the Jack 14. Like it was really satisfying. It was super delicious. This one, it's just complex. It's different than anything I've ever had. I don't remember the last time I had a light whiskey, 99% corn. It's like it's just very interesting. So I got to give it a pretty high score, but we're not really doing scores. 8.5, I don't know, 8.5.
Oh wow, you gave a score? Okay.
Yeah,
Whoa.
damn it, I don't know, because I'm like, I don't want to give a score. Well, were you too good for us now? You don't give us a score? I could even push it to a 9, honestly.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like 8.5, 9.
I could tell. It's definitely in your palate range.
It is in my palate range. Yeah, the proof, all that. I like the high proof because I'm not a sipper. You know, I'm like more like I do these active tastings and then I'm good. I don't grab a whiskey to sip because I just feel like if I'm gonna grab something, I'm just gonna grab sparkling water, honestly, or like chamomile tea.
Okay.
I don't like sipping on booze because it just makes my body feel not great. So not wine, not sake, not any. Look, I enjoy wine. I like you know, sake, but only with a meal. So to me, like Scotch is always or whiskey is always a very active. It's a very active thing for me. So because it's an active event for me, I like higher proof whiskeys because when you're actively engaging and it's kind of lower proof, as you drink a lot of Scotch or whiskey, it feels a little flat. You know, nothing against lower proof stuff, but it's just, there's a reason higher proofs are more complex because higher, as I understand the science, higher proof content can hold more molecules, and it touches more taste buds. So it can compact more flavor because it has more surface area, something like that. I was watching it. Again, you can fact check me on that as well. But high proof can potentially hold, not all the time, because you've had terrible high proof whiskeys all over. So to me, because I'm an active drinker, I'm not a sipper. I don't drink very often, but when I do, I like the higher proof stuff because like I want it to be an experience. So Lasso.